Hey guys, Peter from lostangler.com, and today what we're going to be tying is Tim Borski's Mangrove critter. It's a great little fiddler crab imitation that works really well for redfish down here. You can use just about anything you want to make the body of it. A lot of people now are switching and using blue lacy fiber for it, which is great. It's a very good stand-up material. It holds its shape well even in the water. It's tough. But with this one we're actually going to be using yarn. And the reason we're going to be using yarn is because it works well for it, it's very inexpensive, and it's easy to work with. Another variation on the original Borski pattern is we're going to be adding a small weed guard to it. And so stick around, let's get this one tied. Okay guys, today we're going to tie Tim Borski's Mangrove critter. And what this is a crab fly. And the reason we're tying it is because it's a really great building pattern. We're going to start out with a size 4 mustad, number 4 hook, stainless. And the thing behind this fly is what you want is a fly that allows you to throw it in sawgrass situations, around the knuckles of trees and cypress swamps and all that jazz. And I like it because it's really easy to tie. Because let's face it, crabs aren't exactly difficult creatures to mimic. Alright, so the first thing we're going to tie on is some Cactus Chenille, or Estaz, in orange, because the egg casing on these critters is orange. And it's a good go-to. Catches the eye in murky water, and it kind of brings fish to it. Alright, now before you start out, if you want to, you can add like some marabou to give a little bit of extra action. We're just going to tie it kind of the original Borski fashion. And this is pretty much all the flash you're going to use on it too, by the way. So, definitely a kiss method fly. Alright, so we got it on here. Next, we're going to palmer it on. Round and round she goes. Alright. And you only need like 2 or 3 turns of this stuff. So we got 3 turns right here, and I think we're gonna let it go with that. Alright. Take it and anchor it. And you see how I'm bringing that thread away from this stuff? This way whenever I cut it off, there's a lot less chance of me cutting off the thread. And if you've never had that happen before, you are the luckiest fly tire I've ever seen, and I want to know exactly what you're doing to keep it from ever happening to you. Alright, now you can tie this fly weighted or unweighted. I like to tie it weighted because, you know, my thought on this is when a crab hits the water, he's boot scooting and boogieing. He's trying to get somewhere away from everything out there that's trying to eat him. But at the same time, I don't want it to fall so fast that the fish don't have a good opportunity to eat them. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put just some bead chain on there, some extra large bead chain. The color's up to you, and Lily is giving commentary, which is cool. Anyway, the color's up to you. We're going to kind of use a gold bead chain. I got it on there, leaving just a little bit of room from the eye of the hook so we can add a little weed guard later on. Once you got it figured out on there, you're just going to come around it like so to anchor it into position. And there you go. Won't move. To snug it up, just to be on the safe side, we're going to hit it with little hard as nails. Just like so. Cool beans. Got that done. Okay, after that we're going to come back up to the front, or the back of the fly, excuse me, around our beautiful egg casing. And the next thing I'm going to add is some eyes. The color of eyes you add is up to you. We make these eyes ourselves here at Lost Angler. You can order them off our eBay page, and they're right here. They're kind of a turquoisey color. I'm very happy with them. I wanted an eye that was, you know, bigger, that would actually get up and get a fish's attention. And I think we came up with that real well. April came up with these eyes, and I'm extremely happy with them. Alright, once you got everything sized up the way you want it, come back up here, and you can either use your scissors or your pliers. I've got some old scissors I use. Boom. Knock it right off. That can dull scissors, so if you got some new ones that you don't want to go kaputzes with, don't do that, because that can mess them up pretty bad. Like I said, those are some old scissors. Doesn't really matter that much. So we got them all evened up now. Next thing we're going to add is a little bit of some palmered hackle. You can use any color you want to. And I'm just going to throw some chartreuse on there so it comes a little bit more easily seen in the water. But that's completely up to you. Certainly not a rule. Use whatever you want to. And this is kind of a longer feather too. You know what? I think that's a little bit too long, so we're going to sub that one out. Let me see what we got. Here we go. And I like to use the feathers that maybe aren't the best I have for this sort of thing, because they're not really going to be seen, and I like to save my best feathers for wings on streamers. Alright, so we got that on there. We're going to take our hackle pliers, palmer it on there, just like so, and you can sub this out for olive, natural ginger, tan, just whatever makes you happy. And my honest suggestion is to speak to the redfish, bonefish, snook in your area. Speak to them, see what they like, and if they say, hey, you know what, guys, you know, that chartreuse just isn't doing it for me, okay, then don't use it. I mean, no use in arguing with them. But the point is, it's just going to take some experimentation. And I've spoke to ours around here, and they seem to enjoy the chartreuse. I think it's because we have muddier water. I think it's a little bit easier for them to see. And you see, it's going to forms a collar, and that orange is still easily seen behind it. Alright, now that we got that done, we're almost done with the fly. Now we're going to build the body. And we're going to build the body the same way that we would build it if it were like Dell's merkin crab. And I'm going to turn this a little bit closer to us. Or maybe not. Now I've taken some pre-cut yarn, and you can use whatever you want to. I use yarn for this pattern and a lot of others. You can use, I have used ordinary EP fiber before. That works well. And all manner of other stuff. Dell's merkin crab, if I remember correctly, was originally tied with I'll say it's like Antron carpet fiber. I mean, so it's obvious you don't make a good fly. You don't have to get too ape about it. Alright, so I take 2 pieces at a time and I figure 8 them on there. You only have to put a couple wraps on it before it's done. Alright, come back on there again. 2 again, stack them together. And I've tried doing it with one, I just don't like the results as well. And I'll show you why in a minute. it's not exactly where I want it, I can pick it up, move it back, tighten it down. Come around again to the other side, bring it over like so. Boom. Tack it down. Alright, cool beans. Now, center stage. Couple wraps, pick it up, slide it back. Good deal. Same thing again. Now you could stop right here at this point if you want to, that's up to you. I'm going to add another layer because I kind of want these dumbbell eyes to be pretty well hidden. And I've caught some slack over the years for using yarn. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a lot of cooler, more space age materials, but I don't know that any of them work any better. But it's up to you. And if you got a material that works better, I'd like to know about it. Cool beans. There we go. There we go. And we're going to kind of glue this down in a little bit. Alright, so now we got this done. We got the main body done. We're going to come up above the eyes, and we're just going to go ahead and give ourselves a weed guard. Now, if you're wondering how we're going to give ourselves a weed guard, it's really simple. We're going to do it the same way we do the weed guard on one of our hairy fodders, or just a whole host of other flies we tie. And it's just nice and easy. We're going to take a thing of 50-pound mono. We're going to measure it up to make sure it kind of tips the eye just barely. Pull it back some from that so it won't do it again. Alright, then we're going to nail it down. It's going above the eye right now, and that's fine. Bring it up. Is it away from the eye? Yep. But it's far enough back that it'll protect it. And that's exactly what we're wanting. Nail it down. Nice and tight. Post it up. Now this thread is going between my finger here and this right here. It's just slipping down. In between. I'm making a lot of rotations. It's all part of the name again. And look, and see when you're done, it sits up beautifully. It sits up just right. Now we're going to bring it down. I'm going to tie it off. You can use whatever knot you like to. I like to use 2 double half hitches. You can use a whip finish. You can just take some Zap-A-Gap, put it on the thread and wrap it around 3 times and call it a day. That's cool with me. Whatever works for you. Whatever you feel is best. Cool beans. Alright. Now if you're wondering what are we going to do to get this off the eyes, we're going to do probably the simplest thing in the world about that being on the eyes. We're going to take our bodkin, introduce it to a Bic lighter, and burn it out. So we got it right here. Burn it out, and you want to do this before you put down any glue, because if you don't, it's going to flare up. And the reason I know this is because I've done it and had it flare up in my face. Bring it right through the middle, bring it up, twist around a couple times. Alright, now that we got that done, it's dried, what we're going to do is we're going to take the most useful thing you'll ever tie with, which is a comb. We're going to take the large cart, we're going to take it, comb this out, take the thinner teeth, the fine teeth, comb it out some more, get all this fluff out. Alright. Do the same thing on the other side. Comb, 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 comb. flip it around, hit it with our fine teeth. Comb, 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 comb. Alright, we're going to flip it over and do the same thing. Comb, 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 comb. Alright, cool. Okay, now that we got it all picked out, we're going to be able to go through here later on. Say, okay, well this fiber right here needs it, or this fiber right here needs it, and that's fine. Now we're going to take it, and the eyes will be our guide. And trim it off. Nothing special. Just take it at a nice angle. Remember, we're not looking for a big crab. We're looking for a good crab. You don't want to be one of those little juvenile crabs that's just popping out, or a little fiddler crab. Nothing big, okay? We're not making toads. Alright, now we're going to take it, comb it out some more. Alright, we're going to come in, keep trimming up. You're going to get that nice little rounded oval guy out of there. He lives in there, I swear. Bring this away. Trim it away from your hackle. I know my hands are invading a lot of that space right now, and I'm sorry, guys. Okay. But I hope you'll be able to see. What I was looking for is that nice rounded crab. He's only, maybe the size of a quarter. When he's in the water, it's going to kind of fluff down that way when you're stripping him. And that's fine. Alright. That's the underside of our little crab right here, and I'm happy with him. Now, the trick is, the top side of these crabs are usually kind of a greenish color, and we've already tied in tan. So we're going to have to resort to our old friend, the sharpie. So we're going to whip out a Sharpie marker. I'm going to give it some love. This is just green. You can use olive, you can use chartreuse. Kind of experiment, play with it some. Figure out what works. this. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed Tim Borski's Mangrove critter. We took a little bit longer on the tie than expected, but I want to kind of go through everything with you, make it easier. Because I know for a lot of people, when you first start to tie on like a yarn or puglisi fiber or whatever, and you're figure eighting it on there to make a merkin style crab pattern, it can be frustrating. I know it was frustrating for me when I first started. So I tried to kind of take out as much of the hassle out of it as possible, show as many tricks as possible, so it makes it an easier, more enjoyable tying experience for you later. We put our Lost Angler shirts, the few we have left, on sale. You can catch those on our eBay store. We've got some new patterns that we have up for sale right now. Also, if you haven't checked it out, you can buy all of our flies directly from our website now, which I'd actually kind of prefer you did, as eBay charges me. But if you prefer eBay, go ahead. You buy directly from the website through PayPal too, just like you would eBay. So it's an easy thing to do, either which way. So sorry about the delay in posting videos. Had a few little things we had to, bumps in the road, deal with here at home. But we're all back on schedule. And I think we're going to be tying a shrimp pattern next. I think we might be doing a shrimp neutralizer. It's a pretty cool little pattern I stumbled upon the other day, and I'm looking forward to trying it out. But I figured I'd share it with you guys. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the water.